YouTube. Welcome to Cosmic Vinyl. I'm Cosmic Brian, your host, and you have stumbled, staggered, and eventually tripped yourselves right into the cosmic realm, which is what you see here before you. Welcome aboard. This is going to be an extra special. Well, I don't know about extra special, but it's definitely going to be something different. It's what we're going to call the cosmic process. I thought maybe you guys might want to know what. Oh, I'm turning you. I figured you guys might want to know what the secret is behind how these videos happen and what it takes to get this thing off the ground and into your phone or TV or computer. So I'm gonna give you a little secret. I'm gonna let you get a secret look, a little peek behind the curtain, if you will. So, but first, I got the old Light Circus IPA going again here. So. You guys are going to need a big chug for this one. I'm telling you, you better wet your whistle because this might be a little lengthy. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. In fact, it's going to be a two-parter. I'm just going to warn you. So you hoist up a drink, get a beer, whatever you got to do, get something, a snack, whatever, right? Okay, so get ready to hoist it up. Here we go, vinyl community. Big chug.
Oh, yes, my good friend, of course.
Oh, that's tasty. All right. So, now some of you folks have been with me since the beginning. I don't know if you remember, I've been at this now for about 2.5 years. And it wasn't always this magical. It took time. It took time to build. It took time to transform, if you will, into this being. So, if you remember from the beginning, I used to just sit in my living room. I dress nice, man. You go back and check out those early videos. I'm dressed to the nine. I got suit, tie, sometimes vest and tie, always a hat. Always a hat, though. A hat has always been part of the deal. But it's just me sitting in my lit corner of my living room, no backdrop or nothing, just showing records and talking about them. And then you kind of started to see me, get a little more comfortable, and you start to see an inkling of what's to come with the Cosmic One. And then I relocated the Cosmic Realm. If you remember right, I was in a room where the Cosmic Realm was purplish pink, and you started to see the magic of the glitter lamps and the lava lamps, and there was a little twinkle in my eye. I was becoming Cosmic Brian. I became Cosmic Brian. I was enlightened, if you will. And then, after spending some time in that very colorful cosmic realm, I went back to the living room again in my own house. And that's where you were introduced to the cosmic vortex that could very easily suck you into another dimension, a tripped out dimension to say the least. But you also started noticing some editing, some like sound effects, and you started to see thumbnails and different things, and there was a story behind that. It all starts with a chance meeting of me and another being, which I'm going to explain to you now. Just go into this with an open mind, because I'm telling you, it's an unbelievable story. So I went on this glass bottom boat ride, and I was way into it. I mean, I love like seeing the unknown, and so my eyes were like glued to the bottom of that like body of water. I wanted to see it all. I wanted to see all the habitat and the creatures. I wanted to see all of it. and there was something that caught my eye, and it was this like glittering, glowing, and I could see movement, rapid movement, like waving, like something was trying to get my attention. So I put on my snorkel and mask and flippers, and I dove off the side of the boat, and I kept getting, you know, deeper and deeper into the water until I came upon this what I can only describe as a large fish trap, some sort of fisherman's set up to trap fish or crabs or whatever. And I had this little pen light that I shined in there, and I couldn't believe my eyes. I was actually filled with awe. What I seen there was this marvelous creature. I can only describe it as a fish man. It was part fish, part man, and it was colorful, and he was smiling, and he put out his hand to shake my hand through the trap, right? I could see he was in a dire situation though. So I let this marvelous creature out of the cage. I friggin' fought that lock. My lungs were burning because I couldn't breathe underwater any longer. And he actually, after I freed him, he whisked me to the surface where we popped out, and I took this big cleansing breath. And I still couldn't believe my eyes as we climbed back into the boat, that I was sitting across from this aquatic cryptid, if you will. And I mean, he introduced himself as only as the perch. At first I couldn't understand what he was saying, but I could tell he was saying perch, perch. And then somehow he acclimated to my language and was able to speak English, which was very odd. And what I understood was that he was going to grant me one wish for helping him out of that trap. And I was like, awesome, man. First, for some, you know, this cosmic vinyl and this YouTube thing is so important to me that was the first thing that popped into my mind. I said, my wish is that you would help me elevate my game, my YouTube game, and take my channel to the next level. And he was just, you know, he gave me this because he knows the cosmic way. I mean, he was like he was reading my mind. And this magnificent creature granted my wish, and you start to see the channel evolving. Now, the perch and I came up with this process that we call the Cosmic Navy. And what that entails is that I shoot the video, much like I'm doing right now, and then I put the video in this capsule, right? And I submerge the capsule into a body of water. For example, the Baltic Sea, the Strait of Magellan, Iowa, the Everglades in Florida. You get my drift. As long as it's submerged in a body of water, the fishman perch can get to it. He gets into what I can only describe as this awesome submarine. It's quite a magnificent craft. And he powers it. I give him the coordinates to where the capsule's submerged, and he powers his vehicle there and picks up the capsule, and then in turn takes it back to his lab, and then he works on the video and provides the magic that you see here before you. Now, it was hard for me to abandon stuff like this. I mean, at one time, you remember this little fella, don't you? My little friend Plasma. You remember that little buddy? Hey, Flazzy. Flazzy hasn't appeared in a video for quite some time. It was hard for me to abandon him, but it just wasn't part of the plan. But maybe, just maybe, Plasma's going to come back. I also introduced little star child to the videos as well, because Plasma was lonely. So you had little star child. And then I remember I used to do this segment where I'd ask the Magic 8-Ball a question and I'd shake it up and it would give me an answer. And it was kind of cool. I might bring that back as well. But you know, as the Perch and I perfected this process, little did we know that there was an arch enemy that we both had in common out there. That was his only goal, his evil goal, was to thwart our plans by interfering with the process and causing the Perch harm. Now this fellow's name was Screech, and I can describe him as this evil, swaying, hideous being that he just exuded badness, and not the good badness. He would employ schools of eels, giant squids, rogue packs of leviathans, or all these other creatures of the deep that he would employ to attack the submarine that the Fishman was in. So we had to upgrade the submarine with repellent cannons and sonic wave thrusters and all kinds of ballistic armaments to defend it against these beasties that would try and keep the videos from coming to life, as you see here today. I mean, I owe the Perch a lot for risking his scales and fins just to ensure the quality of these videos from week to week. So we were able to formulate a truce with this evil Screech. And it's a fragile truce at best, but a truce nonetheless. And in so doing, the part of the truce was that the Screech had to prove that he meant well by sending me some albums. So you guys were probably wondering, when are we going to see some vinyl? What's this guy talking about? Well, I'm just going to let you know the Screech has sent me this Course of Empire, which made an appearance on the Dallas, Texas video. And he also sent me this Hickoids, the Hickoids album here, and you got that's the Hickoids there. I think this is their self-titled, We're in it for the corn, I guess is what this one's called. But I love that. It's cowpunk, good cowpunk. And of course, the legendary LOCO GRINGOS, he also sent that. And then this one's one that's never made an appearance in any videos, this Nice album. Kind of progressive type stuff. Not too much psych, but maybe some cycling. And you'd laugh if you will, but I like this Scritty Politti record with the song Perfect Way. It's great. Hey, once Tommy Lee, I heard him in an interview, said Tommy Lee from Motley Crue said he liked Scritty Politti. So there. So anyway, so there's the fragile truce with the Screech. Now the Screech cannot be trusted even now, as he will turn on you in an instant if he so chooses. So we still have to take precautions. So now the Perch, he wanted to get more involved. He could see that where the subs were coming and the views were increasing, and he wanted to get more involved in the process. He wanted to get involved in the hunt for the albums, and he wanted to provide materials, albums for me to show. Now, he didn't quite get what we were looking for at first, but he was doing his best. So what you're gonna see this video is the stuff that's kind of, it's kind of still working out the kinks, what he was sending. But in the next part of the next video, part 2, you're gonna see the good stuff. So please tune in for that one. But the first one is this is the Producers. Now this is this is power pop out of Atlanta, Georgia. These guys used to be a Beatles tribute band, and then they decided they wanted to do their own thing, right? And you can see them on the back there. But this was produced by Tom Werman, who worked with the likes of Cheap Trick, Motley Crue, REO Speedwagon, Nugent, Poison, LA Guns. He was a big part of the hair band scene. But this isn't your like edgy power pop. This is your like poppy power pop. And they did have some videos on MTV. In fact, there's a hit on here that I really like. It's called What's He Got? It goes something like this. What's he got that I ain't got? He's got you. I love it. I love power pop music. Check how sharply dressed these cats are. Nice hair. But yeah, this is a pretty fun band, the producers. And then he sent me this PROCOL HARUM. Now this PROCOL HARUM is an album you guys might see it a lot, but I don't. But this is called The Grand Hotel. And this is progressive rock, released in '73, kind of symphonic and orchestral. If you look at this, even if you look at it, here's the gatefold. If you look at it and start listening to it, it kind of plays like a concept album. But really, the only song that relates to the cover and to a concept is the title track, Grand Motel. And man, this is fantastic. Gary Brooker's the vocalist. His vocals and songwriting are just fabulous on this. And one quick thing I want to tell you about this album that's kind of funny. After the photo shoot for the album cover, one of the guys left the band, right? I think it was like the bass player. I can't think of his name right offhand. But so they didn't want to have him be on the album cover when he wasn't in the band any longer. So they took the new guy's head and superimposed it on the body of the ex-player. And they did the same thing in here and on the back in the little wine glass here. I just thought that was funny, man, that they just, oh shit, dude quit, right? Now what are we going to do? We already shot the photo shoot. It's done, man. The cover's done. So, let's just like cut a picture out of a magazine and put it over. Hey, check this out. I'm going to flip this over, but check out this killer green green and yellow marble vinyl for this MICKS Jaguar. This is a great record, man. I'm gonna get a copy of this and send it. All right, so let's move. We got to start moving this quickly. Then the Perch sent me this Sweet album. Now this is a great record. Probably as far as Sweet records go, this is probably what most people would consider the peak of their powers, right? Killer cover. It's very similar to the UK cover, which this is the US press and US cover, but it's Desolation Boulevard. It's a 70s glam rock, hard rock. These guys have been faves of mine since back in the late 70s with songs like Ballroom Blitz and Fox on the Run, which are both on here, Sweet FA. Speaking of Fox on the Run, I remember that song being played. I mean, I lived in a town. There was not a lot to do, but we did have a skating rink, and I was a teenager, hormones raging, and we'd go to the skating rink. We'd try and pick up girls to make out with behind the skating rink. And I just remember the songs off this always take me back to that time. Fox on the Run. I mean, back then when you seen a hot girl, you called her a fox. She's like, wow, that chick is foxy. You know, everybody, you guys remember that? You older guys? We should bring that back, right? So, hey, look at that fox. Man, that shit would never fly today, I don't think. But, I was going to tell you a little, this cover was shot by, it's a cover by the artist Hypnosis. And it was shot on Sunset Strip outside a club that was called the Central. Which is now the spot where the Viper Room is, where River Phoenix OD'd and died, unfortunately. But kind of a cool factoid. Now check this out. This is wild. This is from Britain with Beat. I know. Check out this cover first of all. Look at those guys. Those guys are not the musicians on the record. And those guys are actually, I mean, you know how they said the Beatles had mop tops like their hair? These guys actually have mops on their head that are dyed black. I mean, I seen this cover and I told Perch, I said, man, I've got to have that. Pick that up, Fishman. And this has no credited musicians. It's on the Modern Sound label. And no credited musicians at all. But I did, however, find on YouTube some singles that are the same songs on this. There's a lot of Beatle covers. There's like I Want to Hold Your Hand, Can't Buy Me Love, and then there's some other stuff. I'm Henry VIII, I Am. I Can't Get No Satisfaction. But anyway, I did find there's some singles on like 45s, and there are some band names, but they're fictitious bands. I made a list here. There's Sha La 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 La, the song on here is credited to the Beasts. I Want to Hold Your Hand is credited to the Doodles. Tobacco Road is credited to the Roamers. 8 Days a Week is credited to a band called the Jalopy Five. And Come On is Jackie and the Giants. And then Can't Buy Me Love is credited to the Beagles. Just a weird record and then just something I had to have. I don't even know I don't think it's playable. It's actually quite trash, but it's not too bad. And then I got this. This is fantastic. I'm a comic book nerd, big time. I've always collected comics from when I was a kid. Still have all my comics that I had when I was a kid. So the Perch knew that. He sent me this amazing Spider-Man record. It's one of those book and record story sets. And check out that back. That's just absolutely amazing. He's fighting Man-Wolf there. That's J. Jonah Jameson's son, John. And then he's fighting these reptilian creatures from outer space. But it's actually got a comic inside with 2 stories. And the record is the comic word for word, including like these like sound effects and stuff. Sure, they're cheesy, but this is great. These superhero records go for high dollar. I don't think this one does, but some of them go for high dollar. And I love it. Invasion of the Dragon Men and the Mark of the Man-Wolf. And then he sent me this Detroit Spinners, right? So this is the Spinners. First time I heard the Spinners was actually a song off this called Games People Play. And it was on a K-Tel record, I think Mindbender, if I'm not mistaken. But look at these cats. They're badass, man. They're leather trench coats. And, I mean, they just look so cool. It opens weird, like this. And these are punch-outs. All these guys' pictures are punch-outs. I could punch them out. And as you can see, there's one missing here. The guy's name is Henry Fambro. And unfortunately, he's missing. But I do see that there's also somebody has etched their name in the top here. It says Rajkovic. Now, Rajkovic, if you're out there listening to this right now, give me back my spinner. You've got my spinner. I want it. I need that spinner, the Henry spinner, to complete the circle. So give me back my spinner. Anyway, Detroit Spinners. And then check this out. This is not that good at all, really, unless you're a loving spoonful completist. It's the soundtrack for Woody Allen's What's Up, Tiger Lily. There's the band on the back. That's the band on the front there. That's John Sebastian. Now this What's Up, Tiger Lily movie it's a story in itself. I'll tell you. It was a Japanese spy feature, all in Japanese, the language and everything. It was like a James Bond knockoff, right? And then Woody Allen took the film, rearranged some of the scenes, but he overdubbed in English the whole thing. What he did, though, is he overdubbed a whole different storyline over the film itself. So you've got all this killing and, assaulting, slapping women around. You've got, people getting shot and stuff. But on top of it, what the story is in English is these trying to find the secret recipe for the best egg salad, which I thought was hilarious. Now, I'm not a Woody Allen fan, and most people aren't. It's another one of those separating the art from the artist, but it's a lot of like instrumental stuff, a lot of country rock. Some of it's okay, but and now we come to the last record for part 1. I know it's been long, but you know what? I'm gonna take a little drink. Take a little drink. It'll help. So anyway, it's this one. It's by a band called the NADZ, right? Now I seen this and I thought, this has gotta be something super cool, right? I mean, it's got your DIY, like, picture drawing here of the band. You've got this font, like punk rock font on this lady's derriere there. It's black and white. It's autographed. I mean, and look at that. It just screams like it should be punk rock, right? But the real kick in the NADZ is that this single, this 12-inch single, is like top 40 type stuff. Not even close to being punk. It should have been. They should have named their band like the Nice Groove or something like that instead of the NADZ. I mean, this. If you were to buy this blind, you'd think you were getting, which I didn't buy it, but I had picked it out blind, that this would be something cool as hell. Now it is cool that it's all autographed. These guys are from Seattle, Washington. One of the members died not too long ago, but I might VCLT it to somebody if they're interested, or I don't know. I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet. But anyway, you guys need to hang out, come back for part 2, because part 2 has got the best stuff. And you won't have to sit through another story unless you don't want to. But I'm telling you, part 2's got the goodies. So thank you for hanging out. And if you liked what you heard here, the story, leave a comment. Tell me about it. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. But if you do hit that dislike button, I don't think you really dislike it. Because how could you not like the cosmic realm? Anyway, this is Cosmic Brian out. Stay cool. Stay safe. Stay cosmic. I love you guys. Peace.